All right,
Alrighty, folks.
everybody. We are back. I am Chrissy, and this is Tourist with me. Hello, Tourist.
Hey there, folks. Glad to have you here for another set of Day Old Sushi Community Tournament matches right here. We'll be moving on to another set. We just had another amazing set played between Public Enemy and Carpe Diem just earlier. And now we'll be moving on to another set between two other teams. Who do we got, Chrissy?
We've got Splatterday Night Live versus Octo Odyssey.
Alright, that's sweet. I wonder if I've actually already seen a set played between Splatterday Night Live already. I need to actually double check that. And we're still uncertain of what the results of the match were, so it's going to be exciting to see how this plays out. In fact, you might want to kind of hide the results
They're
before
all
we get
hidden.
playing this. They're all
Everything
hidden.
is masked. They're all hidden. And actually, I just realized one thing. Give me just 1 second. I forgot you can't see these.
Yeah,
You
I
cannot
cannot
see
see these.
these. So I have to give me 1 second. Let me stream this and
That's much
wow,
appreciated
this
there,
is
Christy.
embarrassing.
Streaming twice.
There we
For
go.
sure.
All right,
That'll
you
be
can
fun.
watch the stream now.
Okay, that works out better. Thank you.
All right, cool. Okay, so on Splatterday Night Live, we've got Player Continue, Tangy, Yotza, and Dr. Meowser. And on Octo Odyssey, we've got Takobako, Onigiri, Minea, Zion, and Redibor. So, I hope I pronounced all that right. So for our first match, we have Tower on Museum. So let's go ahead, Museum di Alfonsino. And let's go ahead and get started over here.
From what I can tell so far, I have seen at least a couple of matches coming out from Octo Odyssey, and they seem very, very strong contenders. I expect them to be a formidable challenge for Splatterday Night Live to contend with, and but if they're willing to be up to snuff, they can definitely take them on for sure, even with only 4 players against their 5. I still expect this to be an entertaining set regardless, so I'm very looking forward to seeing this.
All right, I'm being told that I am not giving you credit over here for being on the stream with me for some reason. I
I
thought
thought
that
it was
I
already on.
changed these. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Hang on. That is so weird. I have it. Oh, I know why. Sorry, guys.
No problem. I just see your name twice on there. It's actually really funny. One is like the jovial Chrissy, and one is the mischievous Chrissy like face, and it's
Yeah,
really funny to like look at.
it was supposed to be me. It was supposed to be me earlier. I didn't know you were gonna come in. That's why I was like, okay, I guess I'm going solo.
Just looking at it right now. Damn, that's pretty funny. Oh, that's good.
All right. Are you guys ready to see a game? Game 1 over here. Again, it's Tower on Museum. And we know nothing about these results. Let's go ahead and get started.
See about this, folks. Man, I was like amazed at the fact that we managed to get 37 people in watching the stream. Who are you people? I don't think we even have that many people. DOS watch. Really,
Yeah,
really.
that was quite a bit.
That was like absolutely amazing. Just that fact. It was just kind of crazy that was all happening. Anyways,
we
we're
got
getting started
Hydra
right here.
on Hydra over here.
Definitely going to be an interesting set. We got the Hydra Mirror match for sure. As drinks are ready to go for Octo Odyssey.
Throwing it out in mid for
fights on the right.
To move forward. Oh, they are 3 down.
A little unprepared for the flank coming out from Dr. Meows's right here. Nice job concealing their own position. And it looks like SNL will be securing this. Will be securing the far right side over here. Bubble on that side will be able to use the Booyah Bomb to attempt to clear it. And not gonna be able to survive a second Booyah coming out from Octo Odyssey. Onigiri going to be clearing out the waves on the side right here. As the range flasher comes up top mid, but flank coming out from Meowser. Gonna definitely shut down the counter momentum coming out from SNL right. Is Minaya, Takabako, and Zion at here more space once again. World is on the far right side here, prepared for that shooter. Unfortunately, whiffs that first shot, and it looks like that this push coming out from Octo Odyssey will be continuing, so we'll get traded out. But this, we got Hydras coming out from both teams. Onigiri taking the duel, trading other Hydra on that side. The NZAP attempts to flank, gonna get caught out by the side right there, and a wipeout. Excellent work from Octo Odyssey, maintaining momentum on this push just a little bit stronger right here. Booyah Bomb secure the additional space, and Manaya is setting up in front of the spinner on plat right here. Range blaster ready on the tower to get some residual damage. Ooh, a triple coming out from SNL. Zion is going to be forced to peel all the way back and run as far away as possible. I would have been beelining it all the way back to the far left side. Almost gets caught by the NZAP on the side. Nice little pick onto the NZAP. They're not going to be... Looks like SNL's not going to have drinks quite as fast going into this one. They do have a reef slider, but that's not the strongest special that you want to use going in for this. In fact, the roller will get cut out. NZAP will go down once again. Those guys are going to be far behind in terms of getting drinks right here. As SNL's dually attempts to take the fight on the side, Zion will go down. Nice job on that one right there. SNL will still need to get a little bit more momentum onto the tower right here. Nice pick. And meanwhile, the duelie's actually not going to go fight for mid. Actually will peel back a little bit, afraid of what the pressure of the backliner. And already there's a roller back on the tower once again. Fight for here.
Oh, they escaped that roller.
They're not going to find me.
Oh, nice pick.
Yeah, definitely nice for sure. They do manage to trade those picks back, but SNL still needs to go after the bucket on the right side right here.
Here comes another booyah.
Yeah, looks like the momentum of this push is going to get shut down once again. Range blaster going to get cleared out. SNL not able to get any stronger offensive.
They got somebody coming on the left.
Odyssey just is always a little bit more prepared for it. Fortunately, a flank coming out from the left once again. Player Cunt gonna fight with Manaya right there. Gonna go down SNL. Loses two more players once again. And I think that was direct right onto that Hydra. Gonna have to side. Those two players from SNL are gonna get isolated in the far right, and Manaya are gonna be able to Jaka off to the side.
Oh,
we do have a duelie going in. Rick Side gonna be able to catch that one out. Meowser's still fighting for the space that they can afford, as multiple players from Octo Odyssey will go down, and they continue to fight for the space that they got. 1 minute on the board right here, but that is a sizable advantage for Octo's Odyssey right here. We're gonna be able to find that pick onto the Hydra. Yes, indeed, they do have drinks, so they're gonna come back quite quick into this fight. Nice kill on the roller right here. Clearing the space off the tower. He's going to use that reef slider to clear the bottom right. Actually managed, somehow the NZAP does survive in that situation, but not quite. 3 players going down from SNL right. Holding. Not going to be giving up this side advantage. Now, pressure is on for SNL to get some time on the board.
20
losing
seconds.
As many players as they can. This is looking very rough as Octo Odyssey has all of their specials ready to go. SNL has nothing. So they managed to get a trade pick, but that's 2 players going out from SNL as well. Pressure's on. They need to make a beeline for the tower and touch it as soon as they possibly can. We're into overtime. And Octo Odyssey can honestly chill quite well. They only need to get this win, and they have 2 of them. NZAP will go down, traded back with the roller right here. 2 players killed for Octo Odyssey so far. Still fighting for as much power as they can.
Fighting hard.
They are fighting it. A scratch onto the tower right here. Dr. Meow's fighting for the lives. They are able to secure the wipeouts. And SNL in the position to get one last desperate attempt on this push right here. Reef Slider coming out. Octo Odyssey. They definitely could do it. 26 seconds. They gotta jump on the tower ASAP.
Down.
1 player killed.
Oh my god!
Octo Odyssey will touch that tower at the very last second.
Wow, that was a really, really good comeback and really good try on getting the lead over there. SNL did a wonderful job. That was impressive. They wiped them during overtime. It was just amazing. Unfortunately, it got so close. Just 3 down at the very end, and I think it was the end zap left. They couldn't take that.
Yeah, we're gonna continuously go back and forth on these things, that's for sure. Man, I'm glad that's towards the end of this week. We've been seeing much more closer games coming out between the different teams. I think
We really are. We
it kind of
really are
feels like
seeing really close games here.
it definitely feels like the higher seeded teams are starting to run into each other in terms of what they're able to accomplish. And man, both teams are start to figure out what each opposing team is just capable of in these sets. That's for sure.
All right. Whew. That one was so close. That was a really good game. All right, next we
And
got Rainmaker on Manta Maria.
back onto Manta Maria once again. Octo Odyssey only barely hanging on in that final defense right there. They almost looked like they were about to crack it that last very second, but they just barely hold on. Very good markings of a strong team for sure, who have been performing very well during this full entire week. I gotta say.
All right, are we ready for this next match?
Let's take a look
Go
into
ahead
this.
and get it started. Make sure I have the right one. Yes, I do.
I gotta say, Splatterday Night Live definitely showed their teeth during this one. I think Octo Odyssey is really acknowledge that this is not going to be an easy fight with them up against a formidable team Saturday Night, who was able to get so many strong flanks off and force the Hydra to constantly look in a completely different direction. I mean, they had a Hydra of their own. Both teams were fully expecting stuff like that to come out.
All right, they switched to heavy edits. No Hydra anymore. I find it interesting that the last game they had a Hydra and an ends up on both teams.
I think both teams came to the realization that having those up and running for these fights is definitely going to be very important, as Joko will be able to secure the pick onto the T-Tech on the side right here.
Ooh.
Kraken coming out so far, forcing people off of bunker. Fortunately, Onigiri and the rest of SNL going to be able to hang on to that high ground right here. As SNL does manage to secure that first check. Nice job calling out from Doolies right here. Mauser going to be able to secure that one. Octo Odyssey going to be forced to peel back. 2 players going down from SNL. Roller going to be able to catch them out. Taco going to make a beeline for second check.
Okay, both teams got checkpoint. Oh, we got a flank. They caught it.
Ooh.
They saw that.
Yeah, that one's going to work out quite as well as I thought it would have.
Oh! And there's that was a surprise.
There's the roller that we were looking for earlier. SNL definitely resilient taking these fights so far.
Oh boy, both teams are dropping pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're trading things back and forth. Neither team really wants to give up the edge. I think the death matching skills coming out from both players onto the set is very, very strong. Neither one of them really wants to give any space up. Roller will take down another player right here. Manaya trying to find their... And this
another wipe
out coming out.
That's
for SNL.
Another wipe. This is dangerous.
Octo Odyssey with a sizable advantage in this situation. They're going to have to be very, very careful. They will not let that one go as the rollers both go down in that situation. The player continue, going to be able to force that Booyah back. Going to use that Zuka. Not going to be able to find the second side right here. Barely able to escape that Zuka. Booyah in that situation. And SNL will be able to reset the Rainmaker, stop that push finally. Not the most ideal way to do it either. Is that Kraken gonna catch it? Almost catches that landing. That was too close.
That was close.
2 players going down from Octo's Odyssey. Traded back even 2 versus 2. Octo Odyssey still hanging on, but SNL able to secure the right side of Manta Maria here. They are going to be able to isolate player on the far right side as Joko will go down as well. SNL not going to be able to get very much momentum onto this next push as they're going to have to be sitting in the back seat right here. And Octo Odyssey doesn't need to push. They don't really need to. All they need to do is keep constantly trade things back. And if SNL makes one wrong... Never mind. Actually, Octo Odyssey is going to be the one on the back foot right here as player continue. Going to be able... not actually finish off Zion on the far right here, but that is coming out. SNL will be slowed down on this counter, but not the worst thing in the world. Hydra barely going to be able to survive this situation. Onigiri manages to go down. Nice double coming out from the Julies right here. As SNL is making this counter push just as stronger here. We do have the constant staggering right here. As Octo Odyssey will be able to finally stop that one, but only barely. SNL got a very, very strong push off of that, but not quite the equalizer that they wanted in this situation right here.
They have a whole minute left.
They do have a whole minute right here, and both teams are incredibly resilient on what they're trying to fight for.
Oh, that was very close. They almost had a lead there.
They almost did in that situation. And now SNL is
jumped it
recognized some of the weakness. Going to get that reset. And now they have to... Two players from Octo Odyssey actually jump out the stage for some reason. Now it's all up to the Hydra to try to hold the space, and that is not a good spot to be. That is a significant amount of space that SNL has. They managed to return it back with a triple. Okay, awesome. Octo Odyssey holding on resiliently. Both rollers on these teams securing so many crucial picks. Be able to secure the space, but not gonna be able to secure that one with the Ninja Squid. SNL goes down. And now Octo Odyssey is sitting with two very, very strong specials. We do have drinks coming out. Rainmaker's on the side right here. This is gonna be very, very difficult. SNL needs to take out that Rainmaker ASAP.
No, they're staying back. They have 10 seconds. They're gonna have to stay safe.
Yeah, they're just all they need to do is
comes the Kraken.
Here comes the Kraken. They're gonna need to
take out
that Rainmaker as soon as possible. Barely evading that situation. Octo Odyssey is having the slight edge in this close fight.
That was really close. That lead, they had it right there. That Booyah just stopped them. Really good game. That jump that Zion did going back into mid, that was funny because the Kraken went whoop beep beep like a little drive-by.
That was very, very close. Had they been there at the wrong moment, that would have been so bad.
Yeah.
Oof,
that would have been real bad.
Real scary.
Find it interesting. Both teams are picking very similar weapons. They both had shots. They both had a backline with, well, they both had a backline. They both had some drinks on there. And then they had one other one too. What was both had rollers too. This game. The last game they had similar weapons too. So they're kind of in sync, but they're against each other. So how's that gonna work? Yeah.
They definitely had similar game plans going into this. I think that in terms of how overall macro wise how these Octo Odyssey held on to, I thought SN was matching them step by step up until the point where they had last points. They got a little impatient trying to get those extra points. I personally thought they should have gone for at least a couple more picks before they're flying their in.
Yeah. I think you're cutting out just a little bit.
I was kind of like...
You're cutting
I thought I was like reducing my... Yeah, I was reducing my own volume just a little bit right there.
Oh.
But, yeah, I was kind of like going down in volume just a little bit. But we'll be able to move on to the next game in just a moment right here. Splatterday Night, definitely not down and out quite yet. If they can put at least one game on the board, they do have 3 more chances to at least equalize a score.
You know, and they're doing very well. They're getting very, very close. They're having really good final pushes, especially. You're right. What you said earlier, they are definitely showing some teeth. So, I mean, they're just coming back really hard. And they definitely have a chance. We have 3 more games, so anything could happen. We have no idea what's going to happen. Haven't peeked into the other chats, so I have no idea.
Yep.
All right, are we ready for the next one? Next one is Clam Blitz on Scorch Gorge. I love some clammies.
This is definitely going to be a I'm going to assume this is going to be close once again. Because, again, both teams have strong flanking frontliners and strong backliners as well. And they're going to be struggling over that same center top mid, which is going to be so crucial for both teams. And surprisingly, actually, no Hydras coming out from either team on this one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
We have no Hydras coming
but
out.
look, they've both got shots. They've both got heavies. It's so
Yeah.
funny how they're mirroring each other.
Yeah, I think they're getting into each other's heads. They're definitely getting into each other's heads and what they're trying to accomplish right here. And both teams know it's like, I know what you're gonna run, you know what I'm gonna run. We're gonna try to see if we can get out. As both teams trade out a player, Joko gonna secure the pick onto the Splatling in the back right here. The one player from Octo Odyssey will also lose their own lives. Joko gonna be able to get up onto the top snipe, gonna be forced out by the strikes so far, as SNL having a stronger presence on mid at this point. But we do have a bubble that they have to contend with. Gonna have to break that. That's a flank coming out from the far left.
Ooh, it's a trade.
Traded out immediately. SNL slightly up in players. 1 versus 1. I don't think either player is gonna try to take a fight in this situation. They'll be content to just lick their wounds as SNL's lone shot makes the wisest getting out of that situation. Neither team able to secure a precise advantage up here. Unfortunately, too close with that Zuka. So I'm gonna have control of that top mid right here. Power Ball will get away. And Zion actually going for the far left flank. I don't think anybody's been watching across that, as that Power Ball is now has to contend with the flank from the back. 2 players going down from Octo Odyssey right here. Nice job, Zion looking. And multiple players going down from SNL. But isolated out, Manaya gonna finish off that one.
Look at score. Oh!
Good score so far. Nice stop coming out. Yeah, Joko gonna be able to put an end to that push just as quickly so far. I feel like Octo Odyssey got better momentum on that push, but they just did not look in the one nook and cranny that they weren't paying attention to that one spot. I'd be checking that far right corner. Yep, there's one player isolated in right pit. And the constant tension being pulled away for SNL right here is making them a little paranoid.
Oh, they're in. They're in.
They do manage to get a ball in.
There.
Yeah, I'd say that definitely helped them out a lot, but it's just not going to accomplish very much. Not much more off of the board right here. That brush flank could have gone a little bit more had they had a little bit more players following up off of that.
Ooh, good
and now
pick.
We got the heavy edits, the only one alive on the left. If smart, they won't try to push into that, as another player from SNL will get caught out. They need to have key players watching across the far right side right here, which indeed they do. The roller will be caught out.
2 down.
And Odyssey will go down 2. SNL gonna lose their edit once again. That roller is getting into so many dangerous spots, and they are not being careful about approaching it. You have to be so careful about those situations. But fortunately, they do manage to catch out that splat roller once again. Trades back and forth across the board. Octo Odyssey still in the slight lead.
Oh.
SNL positioned in front of the basket so far. Gonna have to beeline back, as that Dooley's just gonna have to concede just a little bit more space. Gonna have to be a little bit more paranoid about where that roller's position is. If they get caught up in the one spot, it is gonna be game over for own push. 2 players go down. Roller is out of the way, and now that he get a stronger push, SNL will finally secure one lead right here. 61 to 55 to 52. Manaya dropping down on the basket. Heavietta getting flanked off. Should have been paying attention a little bit to the side right there. And Manaya will be able to end this push quite quickly. Meowser, only one left alive. Doesn't need this. Wise decision to get out of that. Gonna be forced away. I think I would probably get out of the situation. Oh, Rush gonna get caught. Oh, yeah. I was wondering if Meowser was gonna be able to. They do manage to secure lead. Fighting against the T-Tech top, I would be back. That's a low health me.
Sharking.
They're looking for that shark. Are they looking for that shark? Oh, not quite. Okay, yeah, they were a little bit more attentive right here. Meowser's still trying to hold on to this far left. Reach side will not catch anybody out. Probably gonna get
out of ink.
Out of ink? They just used Reach Slider. I thought they had more ink ready to go on that one.
I think they threw a bomb.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Might have been a bomb.
Might have been a bomb. There are only 10 seconds left on the board. Octo Odyssey has one has a couple of last chances to make this push. They do have the power, but if that disappears, that's going to be really bad. They're going to need to pick that up ASAP. Manai is the only one to it. They got to pick it up, and if that burns, it is going to be a rough spot as the brush continues to push into the players.
They're
SNL
3 down.
Coalescing against all the players on the side, and all they need to do is just wait for that football to blow up. Oh, picked up at the very last second, but that was a desperate attempt, and there's no way that Octo is going to be able to clear that one. SNL, still hanging on.
They are hanging on. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, and especially in Clan Blitz. They had a really good wipe, and that allowed them to take the lead over there.
Yeah, they found one weakness of Octo Odyssey at that point, and that double splat there for that one strong push coming out for them. That was one opportunity that they really needed for them. And with the roller out of the way on that, they no longer need to be concerned about any potential flanks that could have happened. And with them out of the board, they could just push the basket as much as they wanted.
Exactly. There were a lot of flanks there too. We saw Zion with the T-Tech. It was the T-Tech, right? I believe, or was it a shot? I think it was T-Tech. Zion was flanking there. We had the I think the Brush was flanking too. And we had the Dualies and the roller sharking a lot. Really, really good game. Very good comeback over there. All right,
Yeah,
so
very strong in that part.
we are on game 4. It's Zones on Inkblot. I wonder what weapons they're gonna have. How many techs could a T-Tech tech? A T-Tech could tech text just as much as a T-Tech could tech text as a T-Tech could tech text. I could say that, but I can't say anemone. Oh, good grief. Anemone.
I'm having trouble saying it myself. I'm like trying, and that's not helping right now with people saying in the chat that I'm cutting out. I'm trying to just to make sure my microphone is like working properly. I apologize, folks. My main headset that I use for commentary reason I think it got moved, and I have no idea where it. So I'm resorting to this kind of cheap set of headphones right now, which was so graciously offered to me as a substitute. Well, I'm gonna look for my headset just a little bit later on today. Hopefully, I find it, but who knows? Guess we'll need to see.
I think you sound pretty clear. Just this last game we had a little bit of chopping up, but otherwise pretty clear.
Manaya says an enemy anemone. I don't want to. It's gonna make it even more.
I forget what that thing is in Animal Crossing. If anybody in the chat knows, when you're going fishing and you get an anemone, what does she say, or your character say? And then that enemy is a frenemy, or I don't know.
The anemone of something about the enemy of my enemy is
a frenemy. The frenemy, the enemy of my frenemy is an anemone. Say it. All right. An enemy of my anemone is probably not frenemy. Maybe it is friend. It's one of those. Anyways, we're playing Splatoon, not Animal Crossing. Let's go. All right.
We're going back to Inkblot Art Academy on this one.
Inkblot, let's go. Thank you, Tangy, by the way, for posting that, because it would have killed me. Okay.
Let's go.
Zones, Inkblot. All right, let's go. Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
I'm all set. Let's go. Let's go straight into this. I mean, I'm just gonna take a look at all you in the chat, and I assume that you're either watching together or you're alone at home trying to get ready for a single awareness day tomorrow and stuff. I know I am. I gotta like spend time thinking of something to do for tomorrow after all. I'm not dating anybody currently.
Well, I plan on playing Splatoon, so that will be my Saturday. All right.
Yeah, we got to enjoy these
weekends.
days as best we can. You know, weekends. It's single awareness day. Gotta enjoy it. Have fun with it. You know, we got activities. We get validations. We get personal validation off of playing other games and enjoying ourselves with the community that we got right here. That's what I'm all about.
Splatting, killing strangers and splatting them. All right, you guys, let's go.
We got
similar weapons again. A Hydra and Zep.
Both teams very, very, very well aware of what the other is going to be accomplishing so far. Both teams ready to go with the Hydras. The only difference is we got a brush on one side, the dualies on another, and the buckets traded out on that side. And Octo Odyssey will have the advantage at first. Gonna have to deal with the dualies up on that side as Dr. Meowser will secure a couple of picks. SNL gonna secure the point back onto the zone right here. Not gonna be able to get that shred, I think, but they will be able to trade that out as Joka's positioned on the far left side. And Tangy with a stronger hold. Gonna win the duel with Onigiri.
3 picks, that's a wipe!
3, and a delayed wipe coming out. Excellent job coming out from SNL, but definitely putting a lot of pressure on Octo Odyssey. Not gonna be, who are no longer as comfortable as they were during the earlier stages of this week. Definitely having a harder fight, and attempting to push that far right side is gonna be hard. Unless we have Manaya attempting to flank on the far left, not gonna be able to get very much, and that bubble's burned. One player down from Octo Odyssey right here. SNL gonna be hanging on. This is gonna be tough for Onigiri. Gonna be able to force the Hydra off the top. And now they have 15 seconds left to go. Gonna need to finish this off right here. Two players going down.
Almost,
Octo Odyssey.
almost. They got it.
Octo Odyssey not having an answer in this situation. As SNL will return the favor. Knock out 2-2.
That was excellent. That actually kind of reminded me how they took that zone and then they just held it for such a long time all the way till the end. It reminded me of that last set that we watched on the same map. That was very interesting. But they did a very fantastic job. That was really, really good. 2v2 final game coming right up. We have got Tower on Mako, and this one will, this is going to be for the final score, the final point, the third point. So let's see what we get. Let me put this replay over here. Very, very close games.
Now, coming back from a reverse sweep is quite a challenge, and there's not very many players that can, regardless of, I gotta say, one of the few that I can think of off the top of my head is MK Leo. Another, but that's for like Smash Bros. Same thing with Spargo from the same game, and it's going to be interesting to see if if SNL has that sort of resilience to make that sort of comeback from being down 2 to immediately making that kind of. It takes a lot of resilience and passion to pull that off. But who knows? Octo Odyssey could be perfectly willing to just end it, to end that kind of passion right here with this final game.
Definitely. And I'm wondering, I want to take a guess over here at what they'll play for this last map. Each team with well, we know 2 players are going to play the same thing on each team. So
No.
that's been the theme over here for the first 4 games. So let me see. We've got it on a Tower on Mako. So I'm feeling an NZAP and I'm feeling a Hydra again, possibly. What do you think?
I'm guessing off the top of my head right now. I expect to see both of those out again. I don't. In fact, I am blithe to think that neither team is really going to switch up their loadouts coming out into the game. This is winner takes all. And it's going to be kind of, I'd say, pretty neutral between what both teams are going to pull off. But we definitely should try going over the strengths and weaknesses of both teams and what we can kind of see. I mean, from what we can tell from Octo Odyssey, they are much stronger at, I'd say so far, like, maintaining the momentum of the pushes that they have for extended periods, but I feel that the sharking coming out from Joka Meowser from SNL has been instrumental to stopping the pushes that they needed, and that that SNL's punishes are strong enough to warrant a lot more attention from Octo Odyssey in these cases.
And I do agree with you too. It's, from my point, it's been a little bit harder to determine where some of the weaknesses are, just because there's so much back and forth happening. There's a lot of people, they're splatting each other, lots of trades, and they're kind of either fully wiping the other team and the other team is up, or it's like they're down 2 or 3 at the same time. So it's interesting you know, how they're playing, but they're both pushing pretty good. Like once they get that wipe or once they knock out enough players from the opponent, then they're pushing in and they're holding it. Each team is doing that. So I think that they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, I'd say both teams are pretty solid overall. I think I'd say that the trades that come out from both players there's not too much of a difference, but it's more in terms of style rather than in terms of like strategy. Whereas if Manaya finds a way in, they will be able to find like massive double or triple kills with the splat roller off to the side. If Mauser finds a way in, it forces the entire team to turn around and deal with the dualies that will slowly
Right.
I would not even slowly, quickly pick them off one by one if they do not shut that down quickly. But both
Right.
teams have shown the resilience that they need to actually stop them. Manaya has been caught out a couple times. Mauser has found moments where the backline was actually much stronger than they thought. And both teams are ready for what the other is going to try to accomplish.
Right.
They're about running the same game plan after all.
Was that the dually that took out 3 on the plat
Yes,
from
I believe
SNL? That
so.
was the dually, right? Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
I
they
believe
did great
so.
with that. That allowed them to be able to push even more. They took the lead. They went they won. They took the game. It was great.
Yeah. I imagine that Octo Odyssey might feel a little bit shaky after that clans game, after the zones game, I'd say, with them getting knocked out on that one. But I think if they are able to shake off that kind of pressure they feel from potentially getting reverse swept, it's totally possible for them to like hang on and they just need to like spend a little time figuring out where Meowser is attempting to find the ways in, or try to focus on breaking down the back line of SN.
Right. All right. Are we ready for the final game? Let's go. We have Tower on Mako. Let me go back one. And okay. Let's get started.
Right, we're on it, folks.
All right. Here we go. Excited to see. It's 2v2, so let's see.
I'm feeling so pumped up right now. I've got the Final Fantasy VII like background music playing, the battle music from Final Fantasy VII. You know the one. You guys know which song that is from Final Fantasy VII. You know what it is. Tell me you know what it is, right? Come on, tell me. You guys know exactly which song I'm talking about.
I have no idea, so I hope you're not asking me.
I'm kidding. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, so we got Joka going down on the side of SNL right here, as 2 players will go down from Octo Odyssey as well. Dead again. Very weak player on the tower right here as the ends out. Get a bit pressure off him there. And S Tangy will be able to sit on the side with the Booyah. Trade it out. Takabaka gonna find their way in with Enzap duel coming out on the around the tower right here. Takabaka still fighting off the other Enzap right here. And meanwhile, the Hydra sitting up mid. Do we have a flank coming up onto the onto the stack? Gonna be able to finish off that one. And the Hydra's gonna be able to gonna get pushed away as there is a Reef Slider diving into the back right here. Another Booyah almost on the board.
Ooh.
Zion is flanking on the bottom right stack. 2 players fighting for tower right here. Dakabaka will go down, trade it out with a Booyah bomb onto the tower. Player can't gonna have to contend with that roller right here. Will go down. And neither team actually able to secure a strong push off of this, as both teams are just hanging on for so long. Onigiri gonna be the winner of that duel, and that's a Bubble on the far left. And the brush coming on the side,
Ooh,
maybe
pick.
unwisely attempting to deal with that. So they have a Jets. That is a lot of specials being used for this push, but they are securing the picks they need. SNL getting a little bit of pressure right here. Are they ready for that duelie coming from the back? They are, but Takabaka will win anyway. Double coming down, triple.
That's a quad.
Look at that for Dr. Mauser right there with the quad. Alrighty, SNL still in it.
They are
Not
back
letting this
fast though
go.
because of drinks. So
Ooh, that's rough right there. Trade it back. 2 players going out from SNL. And the bucket making a beeline for the top left stack right here as Tangy is forced to retreat. That bucket could have been in a strong position to take out that Hydra that would have positioned on the far right stack right here. Gonna be able to trade that one out. Player continue, gonna go down. It's Tangy. We'll trade that out once again. Another Hydra duel up in mid. And both teams, neither one of them really giving an inch. Octo Odyssey barely having a lead on us. Like I can't really call this a strong lead. As Takabaka will go down in the tower. Roller will be caught on the side. SNL still hanging on. Yaz on the far side, attempting to catch the remaining retreating players as the Booyah comes out to the far left. I think that could have been saved a little bit longer, but the bucket with the tower. Zion contending with that push, gonna be able to stop Dr. Mauser in that situation. Octo Odyssey hanging on, player not gonna be able to escape. Another fight coming out, Brush gonna force their attention once again. Another torpedo. Octo Odyssey losing players, what was once going to be a strong push, now another jet coming up. Top right stack. As a player on the far right stack attempts to escape, Dr. Meowser not going to be able to survive that. Octo Odyssey, the momentum on this push, but caught up by Joka. Joka going to make a beeline for the tower. SNL going to be able to shut down most of the momentum from Octo Odyssey's push, but little bits of points that are coming up onto the board right there. They need to get one strong punish if they're going to be able to accomplish any more off of this, as unfortunately they're going to lose the strong dualies player on the side. The buckets flanking off on the side. Player being forced to fight for tower, a little bit too impatient to try to hold on to this. Takabako gonna be forced to jump out. As Octo Odyssey, while they have the point advantage, none of their pushes are amounting to too much. They are not able to get any strong ones. SNL is equally as resilient with low health player on the bottom right. As Takabaka will lose the duel. 3 players going down from Octo Odyssey's. SNL in a position to get a very, very strong push off.
They're past checkpoint. 2v2, they're almost there. Just gotta hang on there.
Excellent pick coming out from Octo Odyssey.
Takabaka
goes down the tower.
There they go with the lead.
Double, they managed to secure the lead.
30 seconds left.
Hydra on the tower, awkward situation. Close quarters. Manages to escape out, but they managed to stop that. Can go either way, folks. Only 10 points. They have a buoy on the board. Gonna lose their ends up. Dr. Mauser traded out once again. Far left, one player flanking the tower. Gonna burn that Booyah a little bit early right there. They're not gonna have that ready to go. And SNL has a no GG Booyah on the board. It is all up to this final fight for the tower as the end is the last player. What? Onigiri will take that player out. 2 players down for SNL.
They're wide.
They have an opportunity. Wipeout coming out. Just down to the last couple of seconds. Player continue fighting for the board. Lion gonna fight. Trade on the side.
Oh my god, 2 more points.
Dr. Mouse, it's on the board for this. Get on the tower. Can they take out Onigiri? They managed to do it. Dr. Mauser with the savior play onto the tower. Manaya not quite there in time. SNL with the reverse swing.
Wow. Woo. These games.
Jesus.
What did Kevin say? Another close tower game earlier, and yet another one too. That was amazing. That was insane. What was that? 3 in a row for them, right?
That was the reverse. That was a reverse sweep indeed. I was like neutral in terms of whether SNL could have pulled it off, but they pulled off the biggest that
they did.
MKLeo or Spargo can accomplish in Smash. That is a reverse sweep coming out from SNL, showing their teeth against Octo Odyssey. And almost running exactly the same game plan too, I gotta say.
Just it's so funny how they were just, like I said before, they were using the same weapons, and again, both teams for all games maintained drinks, so they kept coming back very quickly. I could see this going very differently if either SNL or Octo Odyssey, if they didn't have drinks for any of those games. I could see it going very, very differently.
I mean, drinks, after all, are the meta pick indeed. Those are like so crucial for so many different team comps nowadays. It is so strong to just keep constantly coming back and continue and keep up the fight, even if you go down. They're so good for getting those quick respawns. Man, this is gonna be kind of crazy going into the future weeks ahead. I think, are we done with pool matches so far?
No. So we do have one of the games this week was postponed, and that one was, oh gosh, I will tell you in 1 second. That was Make-A-Wish Foundation and Death Valley Salt Splats. They got rescheduled. So Monday on the 17th at 11 a.m. PST, right? PST. Yeah, that's coming up as PST. Um, Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm seeing on my side. But Monday
Mhm.
is when they've rescheduled it for. So that will be, I believe, the final week two set. So then after that, they're still getting things prepared for week three. And I'm excited to see what happens in week three too. Hopefully I'm able to grab one of the stream schedules for that. And this is really, really fun. Both of these back to
That was
back, both of these
insane.
sets were a lot of
Ridiculous.
fun. Really, really good matches. Really fun to watch.
I know. That was probably one of the most exciting sets I've seen out so far. But we still got a couple more coming up, and man, it's gonna be crazy when we actually get out of groups. Jeez, that's gonna be kind of crazy.
It's going to get really, really crazy. You're going to have a lot of really, really good players out there. And just, I mean, everybody's doing fantastic so far. These games so far, all the ones that I've seen almost all of them. And they have been just keeping me on the edge of my seat. Really good games.
That's for sure. I gotta agree with that, Chrissy.
All right, you
Alrighty then.
guys. So I will leave you with that. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I love y'all, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. If you have Monday off, lucky. We don't get Monday off anymore at my job, but yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I can get that. I did.
Yeah.
If you guys have any nice dates planned for tonight, I wish you guys luck with that. That'll definitely be fun for sure. If not, enjoy Singles Awareness Day for tomorrow. I know I'm doing something then. I'm going to a board game event tomorrow, you know? I'm gonna go hang with a friend there and just meet people. I'm all about the social. Sometimes it's sometimes it's better to have community love than romantic love. You know what I mean? Get
You
me?
know what? That's what Valentine's Day is about, just love in general. So,
Yeah, gotta
yeah.
agree there. Gotta agree that.
All right, you guys, this was fun. Thank you for commentating with me, tourists, joining me on this fun adventure, both of them. And
Mhm.
I hope to see everybody soon. I am going to hop out, and that's it. We're all good over here. I think we got all the announcements in, right?
Yeah, it should be
We did.
everything.
I want to make
Should be
sure I
good.
have a little checklist, mental checklist. All right, you guys, have a good one.
Have a
Bye.
good one, folks. This is Tourist and Chrissy signing off. We'll see you more next week, okay? Have
See
a good
ya.
one, folks.
Bye.
Bye bye.